While you're on your phone, busy replying to our viewer question this morning, we'd love to hear from you on the show. Because every Wednesday and every Friday, but every Wednesday, we try and speak to a highly regarded South African. In this case, it's a very well-known politician. We see her all the time, sometimes having a laugh, sometimes having to yell at politicians and call them to order. Did I say that right? Order. Did I say? Let's see if we find out if I said it right. National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula joining us out of Cape Town this morning. Hello to you, Speaker. I appreciate your time. Did I say that right? Order in the House? Am I saying it right? I feel like I'm saying it badly. Is that how you say it? I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Order in the House. You're right.
The order in the House. That's what we've got.
And you know, Speaker, I just wonder what's the frequently used word by Speaker? Is it withdraw? Is it honourable member? Is it order? Out of the three, what's your most used word, I suppose, in Parliament?
It's honourable member, actually. It's more honourable member. Because every time you call out a speaker on the floor, it's honourable member. So that's the most frequently used word from my side. But of course, when it's a bit chaotic, you then have to scream order all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of screaming. Those poor microphones and those speakers get used well in Parliament. Speaker, we're going to talk about budgets and all that in just a moment. I would just think maybe people would be curious to hear. We're currently sitting in what we're calling a temporary parliamentary building, a temporary National Assembly off the back of that fire beginning of the year. How comfortable are you in the new building? What building do you prefer, whether temporary where you are now, or do you miss the old parliamentary building?
No, we can never. I mean, it's comfortable, but we can never be satisfied with where we are currently housed. Firstly, it is a very small chamber. It accommodates about 120 members. And secondly, it's we're just too close to one another, even though we do observe all health protocols related to COVID-19. So it really would be much better if we went back to our chamber. But as you know, our chamber is completely destroyed, and I don't think in fact it's beyond restoration. We believe that the least we can do right now is to build a modular structure within the parliamentary precinct, which we can use in the medium to long, whilst we are discussing amongst ourselves what next to do. And of course, the decision about what next to do will be based on the report, which will come from the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, which, because they had contracted engineers from Kucha to do an assessment of whether, in fact, it will be possible for us to go back to that building and just to assess the extent of the damage in the building. It really looks bad, actually.
Right.
In fact, that report is now at the tail end. It will be presented to us. I've already received a copy, and we will be meeting with the Minister of DPWI and the engineers for them to take us through. But of course, Parliament as well is contracting some engineers who will form an advisory panel to the Speaker, to the Executive Authority actually of Parliament, so that we understand the contents of the report, the proposals which are coming out, the assessment of those engineers from Kucha, and just also to unpack even the terminology used, the technical terminology, vocabulary which is used in that report. So we are still in that process. So you can imagine, and from what report I've been given by the team led by the clerk of the National Assembly, in building the modular structure, there are different companies which have come forward. The earliest one has given us about four and a half months to build, and the others are saying 12 to 13 months. Now we can't afford that. So discussions are still underway between the officials of Parliament and the different groupings, and I will get a report from the officials of Parliament. It would be better for us, honestly, and to operate from a chamber where all 400 members will be able to attend.
Right.
Physical, already there's